Hello viewers, welcome back to our channel. We continue with our chicken farming series, and today we are in a farm in Kiserian where we came to learn, among many things, the measures that farmers are taking to ensure that they don't introduce diseases to their farm or even to spread the diseases to other farms. These measures in poultry farming are actually called biosecurity measures. And they involve, number one, restricting visitors from coming to the farm. And if the visitors come, for instance, if they come with a vehicle, you need a dip where the vehicle can drive through, a dip with water that has disinfectant so that it can wash away any diseases that may be on the wheels of the vehicle. Once you get to the farm, the first thing visitors do is you wash your hands, and you can as well sanitize. And then you get protective clothing like this one. You wear some overalls in case your clothes are carrying some disease agents. You also have to remove your shoes and wear the shoes provided in the farm as you get into the poultry houses. One of the other things that has to be done is to prevent wild birds or predators coming to the chicken houses. Sometimes you have rats that come to the chicken houses, and you have to take measures. Like you can see in this farm, they have invested a lot with sealing the chicken house with the wire mesh that has sealed up to the top. You can also see that they have put a fence around the chicken house so that unauthorized people do not get into the farm, or even when people come in, they can't go hanging around looking into the house. So you prevent all that entry. Rodents, rats, for instance, can bring diseases to the farm, maybe from another farm, particularly when they feed on dead chicken that have been thrown somewhere. They can feed on that and then bring to your farm. So you have to be very particular about preventing rodents such as rats. Also, to prevent diseases, you have to have adequate ventilation. As you can see here, they have a lot of wire mesh to allow air circulation within the house. And the air circulation is very good because you need quality air for the chicken. You need air circulation to remove ammonia and other gases like carbon dioxide or even odors, because the chicken are very sensitive. And things like ammonia coming from chicken droppings can cause respiratory diseases. So you want to make sure that the environment within the house is very clean. The other thing is about the equipment in the chicken house, like the feeders and the drinkers. They need to be washed regularly, daily actually. Every time after, um, uh, before the end of the day, you need to clean them sometime during the day to ensure that they are clean. The water has to be clean and fresh. And indeed, as we said in the other video, if you can't drink that water, do not give it to the chicken. They need fresh and clean water. Some farmers change the water twice a day, and measures are taken to make sure the water doesn't get dirty. Like in this farm, they are using automated drinkers, and the drinkers are lifted from the ground, because sometimes you can see chicken stepping on the drinkers and having droppings or even litter in the water. So measures have to be taken to avoid that, because you don't want the chicken to drink water that is contaminated. The other thing about diseases is you need to isolate the chicken if they are sick. If you notice that there are some chicken that are sick, you need to isolate them, remove them from the chicken house to another place, because chicken diseases spread very fast. So you ought to prevent that. Or if a chick dies, if one of the chicken dies, you need to remove it and bury it somewhere, or some people even burn. So you need to ensure that it is removed and buried or burnt, so that you avoid the spread to the chicken, the other chicken, and also the spread of diseases to other farms. Now, the maintaining a healthy flock starts right from the day-old chicks, where you, as we mentioned in the other video, you have to get your chicks from a reputable supplier. And this is because you may not be able to tell whether a chick is deceased just by looking at it. The only confidence you would have is whether you've gotten them from a reputable supplier. And this is because sometimes the diseases start from the egg. If the egg was infected before hatching, you can have some chicken diseases developing from that. Also, in terms of quality chicks, most farms will vaccinate the day-old chicks before they are picked by the farmer. And this is mainly against a virus disease called Marek. They vaccinate them, but also when they are in the farm, you need to have a vaccination schedule. There are diseases like Guboro, there are diseases like Newcastle. The viral disease, you need to vaccinate them to prevent or to control the diseases. Other diseases are from bacteria. And bacteria, we say normally you need to avoid wetness or a wet litter, for instance, to avoid the buildup of bacteria in the chicken house. So ensure that for whatever case you don't let a lot of water dropping on the floor. And if that happens, as we have been told in this farm, you scoop that area and remove the wet litter to ensure that the chicken always stay in a dry and clean environment. There are other things that farmers need to do. In this case, we are talking about commercial chicken farming. But for the kienyeji chicken, sometimes farmers go to the market and buy a chicken and come back home and just put it together with the other chicken. When you buy a chicken from the market, you don't know whether it has disease, so you need to isolate it first before you mix it with the other chicken. Likewise, as you know, people give gifts. You can get a chicken which is a gift. Again, before you mix it, in case of kienyeji chicken, do not mix with the other chicken directly before you observe for a few days whether it may be deceased. And this is important because we said in Kenya, 80% of the chicken are actually kienyeji chicken. So even the kienyeji farmers need to take precautions to ensure that their poultry is healthy. So for today, we'll stop there and we'll continue with our series. For instance, we'll talk about cage farming. In this farm, they use the deep litter system. But in cage farming, some people talk of advantages uh, of why they need to use cage farming to ensure hygienic conditions. Other people don't like cage farming because even of the moral issues associated with the cage farming. On another video, we'll be talking about that. For now, bye bye until next time.